We're going to continue working now with File Explorer, focusing in on navigation and organizational techniques. To get there, though, we'll take a different route. This time from the Start screen, let's click the Desktop tile. And now we can access File Explorer directly from the taskbar down below, or if you have the exercise files like I do right on your desktop, you can actually double-click that folder. Not only does it open up File Explorer, but it takes you directly to the contents of your exercise files. If you don't have the exercise files, just try using some of your own files, maybe in your Documents folder, for example. We're going to talk about navigation now. I'm first going to restore down this window so it's not maximized, so you can see what's happening in the background. First of all, on the left-hand side of your screen in File Explorer, by default, you should see the navigation pane. And if you're not seeing it, click the View tab, turn it on by clicking Navigation pane and making sure a check mark appears next to it. If it does, it's already open. We can use the navigation pane to navigate through the various drives, network drives, libraries, which we'll talk about in detail a little later in this chapter, and folders or subfolders. Let's go to our local disk. Mine's labeled Drive C. You may have the same thing. You may have additional drives. We're going to expand it by clicking the arrow. Next, we'll go down to Users. That's where you'll find your own user folders. Mine's right there, Dave Rivers. I can expand it. And notice I have my own desktop, documents, music, pictures. Everyone who has an account on the Windows machine will have their own user account and their own user folders with subfolders like you see here. Now, if I go to my documents from here, I'm seeing I don't have anything in there. But if I wanted to, I could start creating things like subfolders and adding files, copying them or moving them around. When I use programs like the Microsoft products, for example, creating Word documents and Excel files, I can save them to this location. So we're going to create some subfolders here. With your Documents folder selected, we'll create a new folder, and there's a number of different ways to do it. If you're not seeing the new folder icon up here on your ribbon, you can go to the Home tab. There it is, New Folder. Give it a click. You have your new folder. It's titled New Folder, but it's highlighted so you can type right over it. Let's say we want to keep our business file separate from our personal. We type in Business and press Enter. Another way to create a new folder is to go to the Quick Access toolbar. Right there, you'll see the default button for creating a new folder. There's also a keyboard shortcut, Control-Shift and N as in new. Either way, you're going to get another new folder. This time, we'll type in Personal and press Enter. We could also right-click here inside our folder, go down to New, and create a new folder from here. This one we'll call Courses 2013. Notice we have 3 subfolders now, and if we wanted to, we could go into any one of these folders by double-clicking them to see that there aren't any files in there yet. The folder is empty. Another thing's happening across the top of this screen. You can see there's a path that's being created. So with Personal Select, I could go back to Documents just by clicking Documents. Back to my account, Dave Rivers, by selecting it there. I also have navigation buttons I can use here to go back and forward and up levels as well. If I want to go up to Users, I could do that. Up to my local disk. I could go back, which will take me back to Users. Back again. And back again takes me back to my documents. If I hit back again, you can see I'm looking at Personal, which is empty. Back again is going to take me into Documents, and then finally back where I started, which was my exercise files. So back and forward buttons can help you move around quickly if you don't see what you're looking for in the navigation pane or across the top. So we have some files, we have some folders. If we want to go back to the folders that we created and realize maybe we don't need all those subfolders, we can delete them. And that's what we're going to do now. So we could use the forward button, for example, if we wanted to. Go directly to the Documents folder, make sure it's selected where we have our subfolders created. And let's say we don't need the Courses 2013 folder. Click once to select it. Now, if you wanted to, you could go right up to the Home tab here on the ribbon and click Delete. That's the same as using the keyboard shortcut Control-D. And what it really does is it moves it to the recycle bin. It doesn't permanently delete the folder or file that's selected. If you want to permanently delete, click the drop-down. You'll see that option there as well. This one also has a keyboard shortcut, which is Shift-Delete. So if you want to use the keyboard instead, you could do that. By clicking Permanently Delete, you bypass the recycle bin, so you're prompted to confirm that you really want to permanently delete what's selected, in this case our courses folder. Click Yes if you do, and it's gone. Let's navigate back now to our exercise files. One option is to use the navigation pane, go directly to the desktop where you'll see exercise files. But if you click the drop-down next to desktop and select exercise files there, you'll see the contents of that folder. If you go to desktop and select it and double-click it, notice it also collapses anything that's expanded. So you don't have to click the arrows. Double-clicking my local disk is going to collapse it as well. I'm going to go back to my desktop, double-click exercise files, and that's where I started. So those are some navigation techniques for getting around in File Explorer. Also, staying organized with subfolders, allowing you to create as many new folders as you like. Once you created those new folders, they're available for accepting files. Files you might create using software or by simply copying or moving them to those locations, something we're going to talk about as we move through the movies in this chapter.